So welcome back to Unit 4, Lesson 2, video number 2. How to calculate the slope using a graph. Okay, so I'm going to read the list here, and you can read along with me. First, in the math world, whenever we determine how to get from one point to another, we're calculating the slope. And this is just like what we went over in video number 1. How Jackie went from point A to point B. We could have gone up and right like this, or we could have gone right and up, and we're still going to end up at the same place. The second, the easiest way to calculate slope is to look at the graph, which is what we did. I gave you point A, point B, and we looked at the graph. It says, count how many units you move up or down, count how many units move left or right, and the slope is always written as a fraction. The numerator is up or down value, and the denominator is the left or right value. So the important things I underline are the important things we need for slope. And slope describes the steepness of a line. So, for example, I know that all of you guys walk upstairs of the stairs, the flights of stairs that you take on your way to the classes. And some stairs are maybe this steep, and some are maybe about this steep. And you notice, and if from your experience, you know that walking up stairs that are this steep here are way harder to walk than stairs that are about this steep. And I'll call this pretty gradual. And the steepness of stairs, or maybe even ski slopes, can be actually described with a number, and those are called slope. Slope will describe the steepness of a line, or even any slope like the hills that you walk up, or even stairs. And slope is equal to rise over run, or you could write it as a fraction, rise over run, because it says slope is always written as a fraction. So that would be the fraction form of slope. And we're going to use the letter M to represent slope. Please be familiar with this letter M, because in 8th grade, slope is a very important concept, and you're going to see M very often from now on. Okay. So I explained to you generally what slope is and what it's equal to. It's called rise over run, and we use the letter M. But slope also has a formula. I know you guys like to use formula because it's easier to calculate something, and slope actually has a formula as well. And here it is. Slope equals y2 minus y1 divided by or over x2 minus x1. That is the formula for slope. And that makes you look at the picture right here. It's in your paper as well. Now, what the slope formula is telling you is that there is going to be two y values that you're going to have to subtract. So there's y2 and y1, and you're going to subtract. And there are going to be two x values that you're going to have to subtract, and here they are. You see the 2 points. There is x1, y1, and there's x2 and y2. And so you would end up subtracting these. And you will use both rise, run, counting boxes, and use the slope formula to find the slope. One more important thing before we get to actually calculating is when you have a line that goes in directions. For example, when you have a line that goes in this direction, you you go up the line from left to right, it's positive. And when you go down the line from left to right, it is negative. And I visualize myself skiing. If I am skiing up the hill, whereas here, see if I draw the stick figure, there is a person, I'm going to call that my son, wearing a scarf, and I'm going up the hill. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to be going up, and that's when it's positive. If I'm going down a hill, or if I'm skiing down, then I am going this way, and then we have my scarf flying, and that's the negative slope. Negative is when you're going down the hill. Okay, so this is the end of this video 2. You're going to be moving on to example 1 in the next video, and please, I would definitely make special note of this slope formula, and please expect to practice using these formula maybe in the future videos. Okay? All right.